Okay, we should be live. Let me get that link, pin it in. All right, there it is.
Wait, I got the notification from my.
Okay. Pin it. That way everybody can see. All right, perfect. All right, guys. So today we have a guest on the channel. She actually moved from the States over to Taiwan. She also has a YouTube channel. We're just going to start off letting her introduce herself and where she's from and what she does on her channel.
Okay, so yes, hello everyone. Thank you, Eddie, for having me today. My name is Nnenia. I am 26 years old, originally from Phoenix, Arizona, and I have been living in Taiwan for 2 years now. So I moved here in Arizona in February of 2019.
Okay, perfect. And your channel name is?
Oh, I'm sorry, and yeah, my channel name is my name, which is Nnenia Yasmeen. Hopefully in the chat, I know it's a little difficult to spell, but you can also just search Black, and I tag all of my videos, Black in Taiwan, and you will see my channel.
All right, perfect. And guys, make sure to subscribe to her channel. She needs I think 60, 80 more subscribers, and then she's at 1K. So make sure you guys subscribe to her channel, please. I would appreciate that. All right, cool. So let's get started. So what inspired you to go out of the US?
Okay, so I was in my early 20s when I decided to move abroad. And so at the time, there were just things I was trying to figure out in terms of my personally and, as in terms of a career. So I figured it was the perfect time to kind of explore a new world and a new culture. And so a friend suggested, abroad in order to do that. And so I did a little bit of research, and that is the conclusion I came to. To move abroad. So that's where that came from.
Okay, dope. And why did you choose Taiwan?
Okay, so at the time I was doing online teaching. My students were in China. And so that was originally my first choice. I thought I was going to go to China, but that's a huge country. And I was finding a lot of mixed reviews with China. So that was a little unsettling just because I had never lived abroad before or really traveled abroad. And I came across Taiwan, and just through my research, I found out it was a really safe country. The cost of living low. And so I figured that was a great place to start.
Okay, nice. And so far, you say you've been there for a couple years, right? Or 2 years? Okay, cool. So in your 2 years, what has been your biggest challenge?
I would say the biggest challenge in general is just the day-to-day cultural differences. I think no matter how long I'm here and how familiar I become, no matter how familiar I get with the country, it is very apparent that I'm still a foreigner here because, the locals are seeing me for the first time. So even when I'm just grocery shopping in my neighborhood, I'm still getting, looks and stares. So I just feel like no matter how long I'm here, I still am reminded that this isn't my home. And so I think that is kind of a struggle to still feel that way even after 2 years.
Okay. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. It's easy to stand out when you guys see each other like that. Okay, so somebody moving from the West, let's say America, the UK to Taiwan, what challenge should they expect to face?
Again, I would just say the cultural differences, the language barrier is huge here. So that is something to be prepared for. And things in terms of banking or, just getting familiar with things that you're used to doing back at home is completely different in another country. And language barrier is a huge thing. Definitely being outside of your comfort zone. So you want to try to meet other foreigners and, maybe get a circle of people that understand where you're coming from so that you can kind of find that home away from home. Because again, being in Asia, you do stand out here. So you kind of, you're outside of your comfort zone. So I think that's a huge struggle, is just the day-to-day changes and growing accustomed to another culture, for sure.
Right. And I say that's the same over here, guys. Like whenever you go to a different country, like she said, the banking system, nobody really talks about that. But like there is no PayPal where I am. There is no Cash App.
Right.
So I'm like, dang, how do I send money to myself to withdraw it?
Yeah.
So it's definitely a cool process out here. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I know for me over here, whenever I hear somebody speak English, it's like instant
Mm-hmm.
connection. Like, oh, so you speak good English? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So definitely find yourself a circle of people, and people will gravitate to you when they hear you speak as well. Like, oh,
Yeah.
they're probably from where I'm from or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, definitely. And then, okay, so has there been any moments when you're like, man, I'm over this. I'm going back to the U.S. I'm done with this expat lifestyle.
Not until recently I have started to think beyond Taiwan. I know my first year there were many things going on. I was just still trying to embrace it. And my second year here, I finally kind of found that comfort zone within being here. So I grew accustomed to, just going to work and having my friends. So I could relax a little bit more than I could my first year. But now that I'm going into my third year, I can finally start to think beyond Taiwan. And I kind of feel like, okay, I actually just recently went home and I didn't realize how much I missed it. So now I've definitely started to think like, okay, long term, I want to be closer to my family and things like that. So yeah, it took 2 years though, which is kind of a long time. But
Okay,
yeah.
nice, nice, nice. Okay, cool, cool. And you say you're from Arizona, right?
Hmm.
Okay, okay, got you, got you. All right, cool. So based off of your experience, what do like the locals think of like Black Americans who kind of go over there?
Um, so I would say it's a wide variety of how the locals feel towards foreigners and Black people in general. I know a lot of them are really surprised when they hear that I'm from America. They assume that I'm from Africa. There's a large population of Africans here. So when I tell them I'm from America, I get kind of a different response. I think they treat Americans different than they do other foreigners. They have a really huge praise for just America in general, whether you're white or Black. Um, but you have your bad apples who could really care less about Black people being here or foreigners in general being here. But most of the people are very helpful. They're very excited. Taiwan wants to be fully bilingual by 2030. So when they see foreigners, they are really excited to try to, practice their English speaking abilities. And, they're really interested. They want to learn more about you. So I would say for the most part, they're really open and accepting to Black people as well as just foreigners in general.
Okay, nice, nice, nice. And you said there's a large like African population over there too. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Taiwan.
Yeah, there's a lot of South African teachers here. I've met, people from other parts of Africa, but I'd say there's definitely a lot of South Africans here. Hmm. And Caribbean
Dope,
as
dope.
well. There's a lot of Caribbeans here.
Really, that's
Hmm.
interesting.
Yeah.
And the language, what's like the main language that's there? Like,
So Chinese is the main language as well as Taiwanese. So they're, I think they're pretty similar, but most of the people speak Chinese. And then a lot of them, if they are bilingual, they will speak Taiwanese as well.
oh, okay. Do you feel like it's like essential if you're going over there to kind of learn those languages, or can you get by with just English?
You could definitely just get by with English. I know when I first came, I didn't do any prior studying. But over time, especially if you're going to be here long term, you do kind of want to learn at least just little words to get to exchange a little bit. But 9 times out of 10, if you go somewhere, even if it's broken English, you can find somebody that will help you translate. You can definitely get by with English. But that's like for, like maybe ordering food. But if you really need to know details of something, like I said, like the banking system or that's really important, it can be a little difficult. Or maybe if you're trying to do a credit card or I don't know, something with the post office, or like the doctors, the dentists, then I think speaking Chinese will be way more helpful just to really get the details. But if you're just trying to order food or something, you're definitely okay with just English.
Okay, cool. I think that's the same with everywhere. You should probably learn a language if you're gonna stay there for a long period of time.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm trying to learn Swahili now, so I can
Wow.
speak more of
Okay.
the world.
That's awesome.
All right, cool. Yeah, you gotta learn a language. Just out of respect for the culture too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh,
Absolutely.
so when you told your friends and family, like, "Yo, I'm going to Taiwan," like, what was their reaction to that?
Um, Initially, they were generally really supportive. They thought it was a really cool idea. Um, but I think as time progressed, I told them about 6 or 7 months before I even left. They didn't really take me serious until I really started to pack my stuff, and I was like, I have my plane ticket, like I'm really going. And then that's when they kind of, were a little nervous. They still were always really supportive, but I think that once they realized I was really leaving, they started to ask a lot more questions, and we're just like, wow, you're really gonna do this.
Uh,
But
okay.
yeah, they were supportive. They were excited.
Oh, okay, okay, nice, nice. I did the opposite. I told them last minute, like 2 weeks before I was leaving.
Oh,
I'm like, yeah, I'm going there. Yeah, so that was. You really say nothing. They're just like, it is what it is. You know.
yeah, like they know you're gonna do it anyway. So
Right, 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 right. So it's just nice. Tickets
yeah,
already booked. Airbnb's already booked. So,
yeah.
all
Once you get
right.
that
So, what do you love
ticket,
the
like,
most? Nah, exactly. That's what I said. But what do you love the most about being over in Taiwan in your last 2 years?
I'm sorry, you said what do I love the most?
About being in Taiwan.
I would say the cost. I would say the quality of life. That includes like the cost of living, and my work environment. There, I don't experience as much stress as I did living in America. Um, Foreigners live, pretty well off here, especially compared to the locals. So, I just have time to explore different things, whether it's creatively or just spiritually or personally. I have that time financially and just the free time to do that. So I think the quality of life that Taiwan has afforded me is definitely one of the main reasons I'm still here. And it's definitely my favorite part about being abroad is that I think I'm not in such a survival mode that I felt like I was in America. You're just trying to get by in America. But here I can actually sit back and plan ahead and really dive into things that I'm interested in.
Right, right. I think that's a key point. Survival mode in America, everything's so expensive, and it's like
Yeah,
you just get enough to pay your bills, and then do it again the
right.
next day. So you kind of live to work. I notice
Hmm.
here, even the locals kind of are more like laid back and more chill. They're not
Hmm.
like having stress. It's definitely the
Yeah.
same for me, especially with the American dollar over here. It's like it goes super far. So
Yes.
it will be basically impossible for me to do in America. I can do it here.
Hmm.
So that is the case, and it's a lot less stressful when you know, okay, I got X amount of money, and I don't have to. I'm
Yeah.
spending $20 a day, and I'm living like I'm spending $100 a day. So um,
Yes. Literally.
it's yeah, the stress kind of fades off definitely over here,
Hmm.
and just anywhere about really. So I'm glad it's the
Yeah. And
same
like
in
you said,
Taiwan.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Even with the locals, like you said, I just think the way of life is just a little bit different. Like you don't feel as much pressure to be like, I have to do this. Whereas in America, it's like, it's school, career, it's just so many benchmarks that people want to do, marriage, kids. Whereas here, I don't really feel that, as much.
Right, right. People here just kick back under the trees. They wait for people to come to their shop. It's not like a hustle at all
Yeah.
times. So it's
Hmm.
it's nice to see that as well. Definitely.
Hmm. Yeah.
All right. So what do you normally do for fun in Taiwan?
Um, so I'm not a huge going out person, I'm gonna be honest, but I live about an hour from Taipei. That is the main city people go to hang out. And so prior to moving here, I joined some Facebook groups that will put me in touch with, like Black people in Taiwan. And so they have events all the time. Like I said, there's a nice Caribbean group of people here, so they'll throw events, or the group of Africans that are here will throw events. And of course you can always go to the bar. There's bars. There's little clubs that we'll go to here and there. My friends, I have a small group of friends here as well, so we'll just get together at each other's homes and drink wine, or just talk. And yeah, I'm a homebody though, honestly. But if I do want to go out, there are options out there in terms of bars or clubs or events that other people will throw as well.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm the same way. My subscribers always ask me, "Oh, what's the nightlife like?" I'm like, "Yo, I'm chilling. Like, I just go to a restaurant, eat some food, and I'm
Yeah,
happy. I'm happy camper.
yeah.
You know, I'm
Going
glad
out to
to know.
eat is
Yeah, going out to eat is cool, especially like they got so many different foods here that it's like I never even saw this before. Let me try it, see what it's about. That's good enough for me. I
yeah,
don't need to go to no club and do all that.
yeah.
But so you said there's a nightlife though in Taiwan for those who are interested.
Yeah, there is. If you want to, you can find it. The club. The few times I have been to the club, there are clubs that you can find them playing hip hop, depending on what kind of music you're looking for. They definitely have clubs that'll play hip hop all night long. There's foreigners here that have picked up, like DJing. They do that in their free time, so they'll throw events. So yeah, you can definitely find things to do out here. And I know in Taiwan, the nightlife goes all night. So if you do like to do that kind of stuff, you can party until the sun comes up. The clubs stay open all night.
Okay, cool. So for my subscribers, there you guys go. Taiwan might be a potential location for you guys.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so do you ever intend to like return to live in the United States?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Really, really. Okay,
Yes, I do.
okay. And is that just like your retirement type of thing, or like would you go back and work and live, or like what do you think?
I think I think I would retire outside of America. I think
Uh,
just because it's now that I've left America, I definitely see the advantages and disadvantages of living there as well as not living there. So my perspective of it has definitely changed since I've moved here, since I left. So I would love to be bi-coastal. I've always said I would love to live somewhere in like South or Central America. That way I can kind of go back and forth. But I definitely intend to, plant some seeds in America and always have, you know, ties to America. And but I would love to be bi-coastal and kind of go back and forth. So that's
yeah.
kind of my plan. And then super long term, I would love to live outside of America again, for sure.
Okay, nice. So you guys can
Hmm.
follow that journey on her channel. See where she decides to live. If she does a bi-coastal, what country she would choose to pick.
Hmm.
Okay, so another question I get a lot is like, do you feel unsafe being a female traveler, like a solo traveler and stuff like that?
I will say in Taiwan, no, absolutely not. That was one of the reasons I chose Taiwan. It's a super, super safe country. I could literally be outside by myself in the middle of the night and feel 100% safe. I did travel to Thailand by myself, my first summer living abroad, and I think you just have to be mindful. I don't want to discourage. I would never discourage anyone of going to a country, but I think depending on where you're going, you can kind of navigate, I guess, how you move about and the things that you're willing to do by yourself as a woman traveler. But Taiwan specifically, no, I've never, ever, ever felt unsafe at all.
Okay, dope. Now, let's see. So if people wanted to start businesses in Taiwan, is that kind of easy as a foreigner, or is it a little bit difficult?
Um, yes and no. There are a lot of people that, do their things on the side, like cutting hair. I know a lot of people that, cut hair or braid hair, kind of bring things to Taiwan that we don't have here. So there are a lot of
Yeah.
people that will DJ on the side, sell clothes or hair care products. But in order for it to be like a legal business in Taiwan, you either need to come with the money or you want to apply to be like a permanent resident here. And you're not eligible to do that until you've been working here for 5 years. So that's something maybe to consider if you want to be here really long.
Okay, cool. So 5 years you can get residency there.
Yes. And then that's when you can get loans and things like that if you want like a standalone business. Or you can always do business with a local here. Foreigners will do that as well. And, they are already citizens of Taiwan, and then you can kind of do business together. So.
Okay, like a joint partnership with a local type of thing. And that'll work. Cool. And final question to wrap it up. So, somebody sitting in their house, somewhere in America, somewhere, I don't know, in the UK, they're like, I want to move abroad, but I'm nervous or whatever. Like, what's your advice to those people right there?
I would say if you're even considering moving abroad, I would just say do it. The best piece of advice I got from my mom was, worst case, if it doesn't work out, home will be here. You can always just come back home. So I think if it's already in your thought process, you're already doing the research, my best advice is just to do it. Nothing will compare to the actual experience, actually going through it. I know me, I did a ton of research. I reached out to people. I watched videos, but none of it compared to actually just doing it and living it. So that's my best piece of advice is, just to try it out. You literally never know, So yeah, just do it.
Okay, right. That seems to be the standard piece of advice from everybody that I've interviewed is basically just do it. I feel like most of you guys who are watching this, don't overhype it. Like, it's really not that big of a thing. Like she said, literally just a plane ticket back. It's not like, you can be trapped here or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I would say if you're really thinking about doing it, give it a shot, give it a try. Even if you come for like a month, just go to a place for like a month and see if it's a vibe for you or not. And if you like it, stay. If you don't, go ahead, go right back. It's not that big of a thing. But everybody says just do it. So once again, this was the interview with Nnenia. She has an awesome YouTube channel. I actually found her channel a long time ago. I don't know why that came with my recommendation, but I found her channel a long time ago. And so she's Black in Taiwan. She kind of documents that journey. She's also a teacher in English over there. You have a video like, I think it's out on your channel. Teach people how you became a teacher in Taiwan.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Right. So if that's something you're interested in, I will go ahead and check out her channel. It is pinned in the chat right now. Let me check the chat. It should be pinned in the chat, guys. So click on that channel. Go ahead and subscribe to it. Let's try to get her to 1K by the end of this interview. And I'll post her link up again in the community tab as well, guys. But other than that, you have anything else you want to tell the people before we close out?
Well, thank you again so much for reaching out to me. I was really excited to do this, so I appreciate this. It's nice to, connect with people that are going through the same journey as you, even though we're in different countries. So I'm really excited and happy, and happy to see your journey as well. You said you just recently moved to Tanzania. I think that's amazing. I don't know who that lives in Tanzania. So things like this are important, and very exciting. So I hope, I'm just really happy that you decided to do this with your platform. So thank you.
Right. Thank you for jumping on here. Again, I'm definitely here for you. If you have any questions, you want to do like a collab on your channel, whatever, let me know. I'm down for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Let me know, man. But other than that, guys, we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Thank you. Bye.